West Side Story demands that its actors have an extraordinary breadth of skills, often referred to today as the triple threat.
Well, to me, a triple threat, as it applies to musical theater, is someone who has extraordinary skills in the three artistic disciplines that make up a musical play. That would be singing, dancing, and acting. So, for example, like a triathlete, someone who can, I think it's bike, swim, and marathon, something that is so incredible, three definitive skills that you could do at such a high level. Now, that doesn't mean you have to be a triple threat to be a wonderful Broadway actor or in a Broadway show or a regional production even. For example, Audra McDonald, who is one of the great singing actresses of all time.
I think a triple threat is a term that we use now when we're educating people who want to be involved in musical theater. We want you to perform at a really high level as a singer, at a really high level as a dancer, and at a really high level as an actor. And it's really about how do you merge all those skills into one person and into one performance. Now, every role will have a sort of different list of requirements. You may need to sing more in one role than you do in another, or dance more in one role than you do in another. But the idea is when you're training a performer, you want to give them an arsenal of skills that they can use, and it's almost like a bag of tricks that you're going to pull out, whatever skill is needed for that particular show or job.
At the time of West Side Story, there had been other musicals that were comprised of singing, dancing, and acting. But West Side Story was the first in which everybody in the cast had to do all three and do them at such a high level.
In terms of storytelling in musical theater, there used to be this old adage that you talked until you had so much emotion that you needed to sing, and then you sang until you had so much emotion that you needed to dance. And so there was sort of an order of events that happened in the way they traditionally wrote musicals. What I think makes West Side Story really interesting is that it kind of broke the mold, and the show actually begins not with vocals or, with a statement. It actually begins with dance, and dance is a storytelling device, and it really speaks to these very specific skill set. It's not just about having terrific technique and being able to do, the Robbins choreography. That means nothing if you can't also communicate your place in the structure of the show and the character that you're playing.
Today, it's common for Broadway shows to require all three skills from its actors. Many schools emphasize the importance of developing their students as triple threats as a way to highlight how well they will prepare students for Broadway roles.
In terms of the creation of the triple threat idea, I think part of it came from, in the early 20th century and even to mid-late 20th century, there were some really great singer, dancer, actors who producers wanted to make work for. And one of the greatest examples that I know of is Chita Rivera, the original Anita from West Side Story. And she just possessed these incredible skills as a singer and a dancer and an actor, a storyteller. She happened to also be Puerto Rican, I believe. Mm-hmm. She was able to combine all of these skills and really interpret them in a way that really moved people.
So how do you become a triple threat?
I don't think that becoming a triple threat is necessarily a goal. You must follow your own artistic mission. And that may mean that you are a better singer, and you should absolutely explore being the best singer that you can be. Now, you may be a better dancer, and you should absolutely explore that to its fullest.
What's your motivation? What is your passion? Because it's a long and complicated life to be an artist. And it's so much easier in the hard times to reinvest and double down if you are focused on the area of art and music and performance that really moves you the most. You're gonna find the thing in yourself that you're best at, but then you have to understand that you also have to be great at these other things in addition. So you don't want to just study the thing you love the most to the exclusion of the stuff that you might not have been great at. You have to continue to strive and train yourself in those areas to lift that up. There are so few people who are really born succeeding, beautifully across the whole spectrum. I mean, those few people like a Chita Rivera, they are the exceptions to the rule. But you have to begin by knowing who you are and what's special about what you're bringing to the process.